Hello there, everyone. How you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're going into r/entitled people, where people are very much, in fact, entitled. If you enjoyed the stories I have for you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Now, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Sister wants my wedding because it doesn't count, because I'm gay. This is so unreal to me that a person has this much audacity, but apparently my sister does. I met my soon to be wife, Noah, when she moved to my country for work. She was freshly divorced, but has a little girl who is 5 called Lana. Lana is the sweetest, and it's been wonderful getting to know her. Noah divorced her husband after realizing she was gay, and he ran for the hills, stating he didn't want anything to do with her or Lana in case she passes it on, or whatever the hell that means. I proposed to Noah 10 months ago, as I know she'd be too nervous to. It wasn't extravagant, I just asked her over dinner with Lena's blessing. We've agreed we want it simple and intimate for the wedding. Her first wedding was big and she hated it, so just family and close friends. My parents have offered to give us some money to help towards it, even though we've reassured them it isn't going to be a big affair. But they wanted Lena to get a pretty flower girl dress and wanted to pay for my dress and whatever Noah would wear. Probably a suit. Enter my entitled younger sister Kate, who acts like she and her BF are engaged, but he's too scared to actually ask her. She's the golden child, spoiled, and gets whatever she wishes. She's made some remarks about Noah already having a child and being a divorce, but I told her to lose the ignorance. Just because she decided to stay in our small hometown and not expand her personality doesn't mean she could say stuff like that. Over dinner last night, she started whining how I didn't need any money, and she didn't know why we were bothering with a wedding when Noah has done it all before, but has suddenly decided she's gay and wants to have another go at marriage with a woman. This is something Noah is insecure about, so I got protective of her. Kate went on to say that she could resume her first wedding dress and started cackling. Her boyfriend looked embarrassed and my parents told her to be quieter, but no one said anything else. My parents have come to me and said it made sense to them that if they gave more money to my sister's wedding fund as well, it'll be her first and only wedding. Not even engaged yet, by the way. Totally ignoring the fact that I, myself, have never been married. I told them to keep all of their money, as it wasn't welcome if they were going to shame my wife and stepdaughter. We are perfectly able to afford it on our own. Edit. I didn't say it as it's never been homophobic towards anyone, or when I came out as bi, but I do wonder if a little part of them feel a straight wedding deserves more funding than a gay one. Since people are asking, Katie asked for the majority of what they offer to be taken back and put away for her, so that's what they said they'll be doing. I never asked for money in the first place. Also, Katie said, why did we even need a reception if there wasn't going to be a bride and groom? Why have a normal wedding? So yeah, she doesn't think a gay wedding should be as important. That's just holy mother of who? Wee mama. That girl's a piece of work. I hope you go no contact with her in the future, or at least limit her a bit. On to the next story. Plane seat bandit finally happened to me. People stealing plane seats and getting told off for it are some of my favorite stories on Reddit. With the increase of plane seat bandits, most likely due to airlines making it almost a requirement to pay for seats if you want to sit next to your plane partner, I have been half expecting to run into one since me and my husband travel a lot for work. Well, it finally happened, and boy was it fun. Me and my husband always buy plane seats towards the back of the plane. As we stroll down, we see a lady with a young son, maybe 11 or 12, sitting on our seats. They were both deep into their phones when I told her she was in our seats. We had to wake up at 3 a.m. to drive to the airport, and we didn't really sleep, so I was not in the mood for BS. She smiles and tells us that they weren't seated together, so the stewardess told her that she could sit here. She most definitely did not. I smile back and say we paid for these seats, so we would like to sit there. She keeps smiling her stiff smile and points to other empty seats behind us, and asks if we wouldn't mind sitting in one of them, since they're already settled and comfortable. Would it even matter? I said yes, since the plane is boarding, so these might all be reserved, and it really messes with the system if people sit in random seats. She is starting to lose her smile and says if there aren't seats available after the plane is finished boarding, then they would move. I'm not confrontational, and I'm usually a people pleaser, so I'm struggling to stand up for myself. But I'm proud of doing it anyways. Meanwhile, my husband is struggling between boarding passengers to get the flight attendant. I sigh and say with a half smile, I'm sorry, but I just want to sit down and not stand in the hallway seats when I paid for these seats. And besides, I would like the police to be able to identify our bodies by seat number in case the plane crashes and our families want to bury our remains. The kid's face, which has been glued to his phone the entire time, shoots up in shock, and he looks between me and his mom. Oh, it was delicious. She has a bewildered look on her face. There is silence for 5 seconds before she packs up her stuff and pokes her son to move. I keep smiling sweetly and thank her, and plop myself down as my husband returns with the flight attendant. I tell her everything is fine, and I tell my husband what happened. We laughed, and I'm pretty sure the mom heard, or I hope so. I didn't look back, but I think I'm not mistaken of feeling the laser stare in the back of my head. Luckily, the flight was only 3 hours, so I didn't need to walk past the loo. On to our next story. Entitled Hellspawn wants my Coca-Cola, and his mother decided that ordering me to hand it over was a wonderful idea. So I just flew back from Dubai and had the unfortunate luck of sitting next to an entitled mother and her unruly child. I was cursing myself because I have had terrible experiences with children in my aisles on the flight, so my mood was already dampened. The flight started out pretty smooth, but things quickly took a turn. The kid, who must have been around 5 or 6, was running up and down the aisle, throwing toys and making a mess. The flight attendants were doing their best to manage, but the mother was just sitting there, scrolling through her phone like nothing was happening, or just telling people to ignore him because he's just a kid. About halfway through the flight, I ordered a Coca-Cola. As soon as it arrived, the kid zeroed in on it. He started whining and pointing at my drink, making a scene. Before I knew it, the mother was giving me these dirty looks like I was some kind of demon for not sharing my Coca-Cola with her prince. She leaned over and, in a tone that dripped with arrogance, said, "He really wants your drink. Just give it to him." I was stunned. I mean, it's free, so just ask the attendant to get one for yourself. When I declined and suggested she ask the flight attendant for another one, she huffed and rolled her eyes, muttering something under her breath. I'm a petty guy, so I took my sweet time in having the drink while loudly playing music on my headphones. Despite her, I ordered another Coca-Cola, but this time her kid tried swiping the drink from the attendant's hand. The attendant scolded the mother in a quiet and stern tone to bring her kid under control, after which the mother huffed and puffed like an out-of-shape marathon runner. For the rest of the flight, she kept glaring at me like I had snitched on her to a principal, while her kid obviously continued causing problems. It's amazing how some parents think the world revolves around them and their poorly behaved hellspawn. Why have kids when you can't be asked to parent them properly? On to our last story of the day. Entitled Couple Plan a Photo Shoot at My Gazebo. I rent a place along a river in Ontario, Canada every year in August for 10 to 14 days. My rental includes exclusive use of a cabin, A private deck with a hot tub and a furnished gazebo. Mine is the only rental with a gazebo. Just east of my place is another, smaller cabin with just a dock and a hot tub. I get back from a quick grocery shopping expedition. As I'm unpacking my car, a young woman, who is the entitled woman of our story, walks over and climbs on my deck. She has obviously either just showered or just gotten out of the hot tub. She's in a bathrobe.
Hi, I just wanted to stop by and tell you that me and my partner will be doing a photo shoot in the gazebo tomorrow morning. Just letting you know as a courtesy, since we'll be moving your boats out for the photo shoot. Don't worry, we will put them back.
Now, the gazebo is attached to the deck, which surrounds my rental cabin. My kayaks are in the gazebo when rain is forecast. It's been raining off and on all day. Now, I have exclusive use of the entire area. No one from the other rentals are supposed to come near my place. This info is part of the owner's orientation for all new arrivals. I'm standing at my cabin door with grocery bags in my hands, dumbfounded that she thinks she can take over my gazebo that's part of my rental.
So are you staying here alone, or do you have your husband and kids with you? Do you own the cabin? How much did it cost? How long have you been here?
Bullet quick questions, no pauses for answers. You're in my private space. Please leave, I say.
I'm just being friendly.
No, you're intruding on my space and invading my privacy. Your questions are intrusive and creepy. You will not be doing a photo shoot tomorrow or any time in my gazebo. Please leave now.
No need to get snippy at me, she says in a snippy tone. We're doing the shoot tomorrow, so you better not interfere. Given your attitude, I think it's best you head into town by 8. Don't come back before 2.
Not happening. Get off my deck and get out of my space now. She stamps her foot.
You're being unreasonable. You're the only one in the gazebo. You need to share.
No, I don't. Leave now. I went into the cabin, locked the door, and immediately messaged the owner. I've been renting here for years. The owner and I have become friends. They didn't show up for their photo shoot, and the owner had to chase them out of the rental the next morning. They were still in bed an hour past checkout time. Holy crud, that lady's a nutcase. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed the stories I had for you. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the stories. I will see you all next time.